Florida has a habit of building things and then just walking away. Hospitals, psychiatric wards, a military base turned psych facility, an 11-story tower you can see from the interstate right now. All of them empty, all of them still standing, all of them exactly as they were left. I went to find what's inside. Our spooky road trip begins in Pensacola, where the old West Florida hospital still stands. Quiet, dusty, and looking like it absolutely has opinions about you. This former medical center once bustled with doctors and nurses. Today, urban explorers report strange noises, shadows, and the classic, "something moved upstairs and I am leaving now" experience. The interior still has medical equipment, papers, and the occasional flickering light, which is extra impressive since the power has been off for years. Nice trick, ghosts. Nice trick. Just a few blocks away sits a much bigger, even creepier beast, the old Baptist hospital. If you want an abandoned building that screams, "Are you sure you want to be here?" This one delivers. Urban explorers have reported entire wards left untouched, old patient files, a children's wing, and yes, a morgue. Because apparently Pensacola said, let's just leave all of the haunted things in the same neighborhood. Easier cleanup. Many locals say this building feels heavy, like the air changes when you walk inside. And honestly, Florida humidity already does enough heavy lifting. Still in Pensacola, because apparently this city collects abandoned medical facilities like some people collect Funko Pops, we have the old Sacred Heart Clinic buildings. Some floors were reused briefly for storage, but most of the upper levels remain untouched time capsules. These structures were part of the early Sacred Heart network, and depending on who you ask, may have hosted psychiatric or long-term care patients. Meaning yes, ghost stories thrive here like mold on Florida drywall. Now we head south to Arcadia, where G. Pierce Wood Memorial Hospital sits on what used to be Carlstrom Airfield, so it is a psychiatric hospital built on an old military base, which is basically the starter pack for at least 17 horror movies. This place operated from the 1940s until around 2001, and for most of its life, it was Florida's major psychiatric center. It later turned into a juvenile facility, and let us just say, the Department of Justice had some concerns about how things were run. Today the property is empty, silent, and enormous. Corridors go on forever. Buildings sit in rows like teeth, and the wind makes sounds that will have you questioning every life choice you have ever made. Out in Belle Glade sits the old Glade's General Hospital, abandoned since 2009 and somehow still standing tall, like that one houseplant you forgot to water for 3 months. This hospital served migrant communities, farm workers, and later became an important AIDS care facility. When the town upgraded to a new medical center, the old building was simply left. Today, this place is monitored by sheriff deputies and cameras, but the interior reportedly remains shockingly intact. Like flat-screen televisions were just invented intact. People claim the vibes here switch from quiet rural hospital to nope, absolutely nope very quickly. Everything so far. Urban explorers post about online constantly. The next one, they specifically don't. Not because of the ghosts, because of what's still inside. Parkway West is an 11-story tower you can see from the Golden Glades interchange, and it has been empty since 2002. This building is so big, it looks like it should have its own weather system. Inside are operating rooms, psychiatric wings, a morgue, and entire floors of crumbling hallways that look like the universe is telling you very clearly to go home. Local legends include shadow figures, strange knocks, and voices echoing through sealed floors. Even urban explorers say this place feels wrong. And when urban explorers say that, yeah, you know it is serious. And finally, the location that every Florida urban explorer whisper talks about. And for the #1 slot, we are going even older, like 19th century medicine old. Welcome to Old St. Luke's Hospital in Jacksonville. This building first opened way back in 1878. Yes, that is 1878. Put your monocles away, but keep your peppermints handy. This place has stories. This is not some trendy abandoned mall from the 90s. Old St. Luke's is a real piece of Florida history, a brick hospital that survived the Great Fire of 1901, and then sat through decades of change until its hospital days ended in the early 1900s. For a while, parts of it were empty and left to the weather, which is why you get those wonderfully dramatic shots of flaking paint, rusted door hinges, and a truly impressive collection of historical soot. Here is the weird part. While the building is no longer a functioning hospital, it did not vanish. Instead, it got a second act. Today, the structure houses archives for the Jacksonville Historical Society, but you can still find plenty of photographs, plaques, and old architectural details that look like they were waiting in line to get cast as Creaky Corridor number 1 in the local horror show. In other words, it is old, it is atmospheric, and the past is thick in every corner. If you like your abandoned vibes with a side of legitimate history, and not so much the falling through the floor danger, Old St. Luke's is the perfect stop. You get the chill without the risk of losing a shoe to a rotten floorboard. Noah Adams declares this one historic, haunting, and smart tourist approved. They let me look, but they did not let me take the antique scalpel home. Rude. And that, brave explorers of the beautifully bizarre, is your whirlwind tour through Florida's forgotten asylums and abandoned hospitals, the places that look like they were built for medical care, but now feel more like they're auditioning for the next supernatural horror franchise. Before I close this out, there's a question I get every time I do one of these. Which one can I actually visit? The answer is pinned in the comments below. One of these is still completely legal. Inside access. No fence, no problem. Subscribe first. Because where we're going next makes this list look like a hotel brochure. Every building in this video is still standing today. Real hospitals, real patients, real history Florida quietly walked away from. If you want to know which one is still legally accessible right now, it's pinned in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see what I find next, and tell me, which one would you actually go inside?